You gonna get up? You sure? Good morning. So right here we're prepping a bed for eggplants. They need a lot of nutrients, so that's why we're putting compost down. And then this row right here is cabbages, and then carrots. And then the center row we have tomatoes. See the little tomatoes? They're so cute. Beets. We have some more beets in this aisle. And then these are all turnips. You can see them at their little bases. Isabel. She's the crazy farm dog. And we've got carrots. Little cabbages. What's up? We're taking a little break, right?
We are taking a little break because it is hot.
It's a hot one today. What were you doing while we were planting onions?
I was planting them eggplants and cleaning up the shed and unloading fertilizer.
Oh, the fertilizer guy came?
Organic fertilizer.
We use all kinds of organic fertilizer. It's pretty cool. Things like kelp, and what else do we order? Dehydrated chicken manure.
Dehydrated chicken manure and azomite.
Alright, we're gonna go both plant onions, so we'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, so I'm going to give you a little tour of what we've got going on with the farm right now. we plant on 10 acres, so this is just a few of the acreage because it's not summer yet and we only have so much in the ground so far. So let's take a look. Right here is a few rows of artichokes, and then at the end of the third row there is celery and radicchio, which is a type of green. In this tunnel, we call it the cold frame. We've got shelling peas and snap peas, which are these down here. These are snap peas. Ooh. And we have lettuces growing on the sides, so the peas shade them so they don't bolt right away. We have lettuces over here too, and then we planted some tomatoes. This is the brassica field, and there's all kinds of stuff growing. This row right here has radishes. This row right here has spinach in it. You can see the little baby spinaches coming up, these little guys right here. This row has baby lettuces and some thistles. Then this row is beets, and this row is beets as well. Then this row is broccoli, more broccoli, Swiss chard, or more beets. And the same in this row. Then we have some kale, some little lettuces, some more kale, some more lettuces. This is cauliflower, some spinach, and this is a little bit more mature, you can see. And then these are cabbages, I believe. Cabbages. These are cabbages. They all brassicas look very similar until they get something growing on them. And then here's garlic. Field of garlic. I showed you this earlier, but we've got carrots. We just planted eggplants in here, but there's also cabbages in the center. Here's some more eggplants. And then we've got tomatoes. And then this row is beets, more carrots, and then there's beets at the end of this row. And then this very last one is turnips. Baby, did you roll in poo-poo? Oh my god.
You smell like shit.
That smells horrible, babe.
You smell like shit.
What the heck?
He's like, but I like it.
He's like, I'm crying now. He's got tears in his eyes. You tired? We're just on break. We're gonna have some rice and beans and then go back out.
Beans.
Red beans and rice, boys. Red beans and rice. What is that, Austin?
Homebrew kombucha.
Oh yeah? You're gonna have to show us how to make that sometime. 'Cause it's so good. In this field we sowed parsnips, turnips, and carrots, I believe. They take a while to germinate, so if you could see little patches of green, it looks like that's where they start coming up the most. Yeah, see these? Those are blades of grass. This is what we're looking for. This is the tomato tunnel. These are rows of tomatoes, and eventually they'll grow all the way up to these little posts up there. The red plastic keeps out weeds and it reflects light onto the tomato plants to make them bear fruit faster, in our experience anyway. And then over there's a row of lettuce. Over here we have a few rows of peas that are coming up. Here's one little pea right there. A little pea. And then there's bok choy. Oh, these are peas. Look at how nice these look. You can see them in this row. And then this one right here was a bok choy. And then over there, we planted potatoes, which will be up later. I don't think any of them have come up yet. You know, the seed potatoes have not come out of the ground yet. We'll keep you posted on that. Right here we have a small little orchard. Those are some apple trees. I believe that one further to the left is a pear tree. Underneath the apple trees we've got some nice comfrey, which is exciting to me because comfrey is one of those plants that all permaculturists rave about, and now I finally see some nice comfrey. Over there by those little crosses, those are trellises for the raspberries, and this is a plum tree. This will be a propagation house someday. And over there, the farmer is trying to cultivate the cover crop that she's got on there to see if she needs to till it or not. Hopefully she won't have to till it because she's trying to do no-till farming, so we could go check on that. So it took out the cover crop pretty nice, and after a few days of decomposing, maybe it'll be a nice vegetable bed. Right here we planted a bunch of baby plum trees. There's 12 baby plum trees, and then there's the two farther in the distance. Those two right there are pear trees. So this is our little plum orchard. And then this is the little prairie down there. Right here are all of our cucurbits, which are cucumbers, melons, zucchini, squash. And we have some lettuces down there. And then I started some lemon trees, which are in that purple pot in the rectangle one, and they're coming up pretty good. We have Brussels sprouts, and then here's some remaining ones. So I'm back over here. This is a nitrogen fixing cover crop. Helps get rid of the thistles, and it puts nitrogen in the soil, obviously. There's clover, alfalfa, there might be peas in here, but it just makes sure that there's something on the soil so the soil doesn't erode away and the nutrients stay put. And this is what we're trying to see if we can no-till it, because we have to kill the cover crop to plant in that field.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a really good salad.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I picked a couple heads of lettuce from the tomato tunnel I showed you guys earlier, and it's so good.
Alright everyone, it's about 8 o'clock and that about wraps up our day. We had a super busy day on the farm, so we didn't go anywhere today. We just stayed here.
We got a lot of stuff done, as you saw. For the rest of the night we're probably going to just practice, and I'm going to work on editing videos and work on my book a little bit. And that's about all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I just wanted to remind you that I'm going to be coming out with my book pretty soon. It's called A Year Against the Rain. It's about Austin and I and how we traveled to the ends of the country from Wisconsin. We basically left the day after I graduated college because I wanted to start living my own life and not living the life that I learned about in college. And we kind of just went wild and lived on public land for 30 days. We did some work exchange, stayed with friends. We moved in with some crazy people, and then we lived in an off-grid cabin for 8 months in Oregon, and then ended it in a beachside mansion, which was pretty awesome. The story is basically about the soul searching that Austin and I went through, and we learned a lot. I healed a lot of things from my past and was able to move forward, and that is basically how we got here in this RV. So if you want to know a little bit more about me, a little bit more about Austin and our past, and how it made us who we are today, then you should definitely look forward to getting that book. Also, I have an Etsy store. Austin has an Etsy store. This right here is Austin's art. You can see some of that kind of art on his Etsy store, and his store is called, so it's New Art, the number 4 Life. And then my Etsy store is called Adventures Across, which is a place where I sell my photography prints of the nature that I see. You get to see the world through my eyes, and I'm going to be putting on there some of my watercolor pencil art, and it's kind of cool. I just made a few of them, and they're garden puns, and they're vegetable puns. They're so cute. Follow me on Instagram. I'm ashley.lynn, the number 8. Austin is Sanderson Wellness. And I think that's about all. So thank you again for sticking around for this whole thing. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit about organic farming today. I learned a little bit about organic farming today. I do every day. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful night. I love you lots. Bye!